G'day everyone, this is Laurie and Jack with Crossing Australia Video 2, where we cycle 417 kilometres from Jerramungup to Esperance.
Morning everyone, we're just leaving Jerramungup, we're 3 kilometres out. We're just also leaving the sealed road and heading onto the gravel road. It's about 105 kilometres on the South Coast Highway to our next destination, which is Ravensthorpe. But because it's a narrow road with a lot of traffic, lots and lots of trucks, we're going to experiment and try the back roads. We're about to, yes. There's been a lot of rain since we drove them 6 weeks ago, so they may not be passable on a bicycle. So we're just going to have a crack and see what's going to happen. Okay folks, this is a road that we're heading down. You can see that it's pretty hard packed clay. The best bit is on the edge here, but you can see in the background the sort of country we're going to be moving up through. Looks flat, doesn't it? I can assure you it's not. It's rolling hills. Western Australia, southwest Western Australia was once the bottom of the sea, an ancient sea, and so it's got a series of sand hills which are now covered with some level of soil or not, and are being cropped, of course, but as a consequence the topography is definitely not flat, even though on the horizon it certainly looks flat. Okay, we're about to turn right and east rather on the rabbit-proof fence road. The road's proving pretty good surface so far, so we're making good progress and we're hoping to do 50 to 60 today. Some of the little creeks are quite beautiful, although we know that coming through farming country, they can be quite polluted with nitrates and phosphates and other chemicals. But this is a very typical little brook.
Oh my word, we couldn't have timed this better. The grader's just been through.
As you can see, travelling these back roads led to days of magnificent farming vistas and some fantastic campsites. However, all the free water in the landscape led to clouds of mosquitoes too. To escape them, as we set up camp and prepared our evening meals, we had to put on full waterproofs.
Typical camp setup. We're now on our third day out of Jerramungup. Yesterday was not a good day. A lot of heavy showers, cold showers and headwinds, bad roads. So in those circumstances you don't often turn to videoing. So hence we've almost skipped a day. But thought I'd show you the joys of campsite packing up. It's a good hour and a half every morning to pack up what's in the tent and put it back into the bags with equal weighting, so that we know we have some small set of scales which allows us to balance the loads on either side of the bike so we don't get the speed wobbles. And we generally it's like bushwalking only with a lot more precision in the sense that you have to know where everything is and you have to have a balanced load. Anyway, there'll be more from the day, no doubt, a good bit of downhill in front of us. Jack is just phone range on top of the hill here, and she's letting everyone know that we're low on battery and the weather isn't recharging through our solar, so we're probably going to go off the web, off the grid for a while. But a nice downhill for this part of the world. Long straight road. Pretty good at the road at the moment. Fairly hard packed, but it does have its sandy patches, and particularly where tractors have been coming on, farm machinery are coming on, chewing up. And it gets pretty hard work when that happens. I'm showing the scale of it's out here, in case you're not familiar. The young guy yesterday that we spoke to was farming as part of his selection of a whole property, 27,000 hectares. Now that's 270 square kilometres. Just think of that for a moment. That's a lot of land for one man to be working. Aerodrome Road, heading all the way through about 45 kilometres to Ravensthorpe. Well, after a pretty savage rainstorm where we got quite wet and cold, we've stopped at a wheat bin on about a little over halfway to Jerramungup on the Jerramungup Road, and we're probably going to bunk down here because it's a public parking space because the bin's empty. Refuge for the night. Well, the gale blew outside and the rain poured down. We slept quite securely without dry ropes or pegs in the shelter of this 85-tonne grain bin on wheels, and had a really good night's sleep. Nice little campsite, about 5 kilometres up Farmers Road near Jerramungup.
Hello!
All set for the night. Lots of floodways, which with probably a half an inch to an inch of rain would be flooded. We're fortunate. There's a big one coming up later today that we're not too sure whether it will be flooded, but it looks okay at the moment. These are constant, there's lots of them. Usually just salty pools either side of the road. Very salty as the sea. Something we were concerned about last night. Looks like there has been quite a bit of rain. Might have just splashed over the road last night, but it's fine for us today. Again, you can see the salt affected land. You also see what salt does to the sealed road. 30% of the roads in Western Australia or southwest Western Australia are affected by salt. There's the bins at Cascade. You see every little centre, perhaps every 50 to 75 kilometres, perhaps 100 kilometres, has a massive grain infrastructure to collect the grain, then to be taken to ports. These are all cooperative bulk handling company facilities. Now on Roberts Road, 30 kilometres of salted road. When it's salted, it goes like plasticine. Lots of little river. We're entering another sort of type of country here, where the sand is, we're going up a sand hill here, slight sand hill. You can see that it's white like beach sand. There are a whole, each of the ridges is this white sand, and then in the gullies or the flatlands between the ridges there's less sand, and it's overlaid with clay, but it's when you get onto the ridges that you see this, that it really is a sand hill. In this part of the road, as I said before, because of the salt, the sand has become plasticised along with the clay, and it's actually quite soft. You can see just up there past Jackie, the road's quite soft. Land of the long straight road, look at that.
Big wide paddock.
This used to be a beautiful freshwater lake. It's what salt, saline water does to the landscape. These are all the dead shrubs replaced by mainly saltbush. Huge area. You can see that the shadows are long. It's around 4 o'clock. We've just made the outskirts of Esperance, 80 kilometre day, so with just about everything. Heavy traffic, soft gravel road, hills and waterways, whole box and bells. So we're looking forward to our campsite tonight.
Beautiful Esperance is a major export-oriented coastal town set in an iconic coastline. We thoroughly enjoyed our short stay here to recuperate before heading on to Northsport and the Nullarbor. We hope you enjoyed Crossing Australia video 2, and you'll come back to watch video 3 where we cross the Nullarbor.